welcome to this week's episode of The Real Movie Show. I'm Claire Goose.
And I'm Simon Conroy.
Each week we aim to bring you news, reviews, trailers and more from the movie world. Is that it? This week we'll be reviewing Sucker Punch, which we went to see last night. Written and directed by Zack Snyder, Sucker Punch is about a young girl, Baby Doll. She's got an abusive stepfather who sends her to live in a mental asylum, which is pretty grim really. But the film is sort of centred around her transforming from reality to fantasy world, which she uses to try and escape the asylum.
I lost everyone I've ever loved. Then they locked me away, with nowhere to hide from the pain.
What did you think?
This isn't a good movie. It looks nice. It starts off really well. I mean, it's like an opening montage sort of to Sweet Dreams of maybe the Eurythmics track. That works really well. And I really liked the title on the car window shield. That was cool. When the car went past and the rain was going, and it made the letters "Sucker Punch" out the rain. Did you not notice that bit?
I was probably just so not looking forward to it that I wasn't paying attention.
Well, anyway, so that was cool, and then it got rubbish. It was kind of she's not supposed to be in this mental home. She isn't mental, but she's put in there by this abusive father who basically does an underhand deal with one of the orderlies in there, and then in her head she must be mental, because then in her head she sees this guy and he's like, you must get 5 things, and one's a knife, fire, was it a lighter?
Fire was the lighter, it's a map and a key.
Map and a key.
And the 5th she will discover
herself. And
who was he, by the way? That was the other thing that annoyed me about this film. The wise man just came from nowhere. It would have made more sense if he was someone.
Yeah.
Like the dance teacher.
Yeah, the basic premise is she has to get these items, and to get these items, she's going to dance in front of. That sounds crazy. She's going to dance in front of these guys, and while these guys are all perving at a dance, the other girls there are going to go and steal these items, but when the dance is going on, it kind of goes to a different world, and the girls who are getting the items are basically involved in crazy adventures. One looks like from Lord of the Rings. One is like a sci-fi robot thing, and it was just a mess. The special effects were all good, and the music, as I said, was great, but the acting was kind of, the girls, they didn't look like they wanted to be in that movie, really, did they?
Would you have wanted to be in that movie?
Yeah. No.
No. This film was just atrocious from start to finish. I hated this film. I cannot give it a worse review than I am about to.
Do you think, though, is this because, did you feel offended by anything you saw in the film, towards women?
Not really. I'm not the whole sort of
not like a feminist.
Women's rights. Yeah,
burning the bra.
Burning the bra. No, I'm not. You know me. I'm just not into it. I'll be the first to slag women off. I hate women. There you go. But yeah, no, it was nothing to do with that. It wasn't on a personal level at all. My issue with it was that it was just a bad film. I just thought, it was just so cliche and boring and predictable, and there was no substance to it. There was no character development. The plot line was as thin as it could possibly be. There was just no meat in it. There was no grit. There was nothing. It was on the one level all the way through. And all the battle scenes You'd see one battle scene, and then the next one was exactly the same as the last one. There was nothing. The 4 girls in it, was there 4?
5?
5?
Five,
There was
was
5,
there?
including Baby Doll. But it was just so they were all indestructible. Like they'd come up against these huge warriors, and you just knew nothing was going to happen to her, which is so unrealistic in itself. To not even come away completely unscathed without a bruise or a scar was just ridiculous. And the whole idea of that she danced and it somehow catapulted her into this battle zone was just stupid. This film just irritated me so much. I was just sat there thinking, oh my God, when will you end? Please. It was just stupid. And the cliche lines in it as well. What was it? Stand for something or for anything, you'll fall.
Yeah.
It was just stupid, and the acting was second rate.
I thought the orderly was good. The guy, he was all right.
Yeah, he was good actually, but I wouldn't go and see this film.
And then, without giving any spoilers, but then it ends itself very, very fast. It kind of...
Yeah, it was abrupt.
It tries to be clever as well, kind of like, so this is what's actually been happening. And it's kind of like, no, we kind of knew that what was going on anyway.
Yeah,
We're beyond caring now.
Yeah, you just wanted it to end. And Vanessa Hudgens, stick to High School Musical.
Oh, was that what she's been in?
I can't stand the girl. Ugh.
Was that Baby Doll?
No, that was the one with the black curly hair.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen High School
Can't remember
Musical.
her name, but she's a retard.
This week in Up and Coming, we're talking about Attack the Block, which we saw a trailer for last night. And it's directed by Joe Cornish, who's from the Adam and Joe fame. And it's produced by Edgar Wright, who did Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Is that, cuz?
That's an alien, bruv. Believe it. When I landed in the wrong place, though, you get the wrong place.
Well done, lads. You discovered a species hitherto unknown to science.
He kicked his head in.
Yo, check it. More. More what? Them things.
Lovely fireworks.
Nah, mate, it's alien invasion.
Of course it is.
I'm killing them straight. Let's get tooled up, blood.
They're quite sweet, really, aren't they?
That looks triple the size, blood. Right now, I feel like going home, locking my door, and playing FIFA.
What were those things?
Thinking probably aliens.
What kind of alien would invade some council estate in South London?
One that's looking for a fight.
I am excited about this film. It looks amazing.
Yeah. It looks like another British hilarious comedy. We don't get that many. Usually British comedies are unfortunately stuff with Hugh Grant in, Four Weddings and a Funeral,
Shittity buggity.
that sort of thing, yeah. But Attack the Block is about these hoodies where they look like they've walked off the set from Kidulthood or Adulthood, which is 2 other great films, so check them out. And it looks like they've walked off the set from them and into this alien movie, which is basically about these aliens decide to attack a rough estate in London with all these nasty hoodies, but it's aliens versus these hoodies, and that's what the film's about, and it looks absolutely hilarious. Nick Frost is in it. The cast look like believable scary hoodies, because when the trailer starts, you're thinking this looks like another Kidulthood or adulthood film, but then it turns into like a I can't really think it's a comedy. I mean, there was some funny lines in it, but it could be one of those where it's a few genres sort of mixed up, so it could be scary with a bit of comedy, kind of, horror-com, which will be awesome.
Big up the hoodies.
Yeah, so we're really, really looking forward to Attack the Block, and it comes out, I believe, next month.
Yes.
So, and the Americans don't have any distribution on this yet, so they might not even get it. They will do, because England will. It'll be such a big hit here. Well, I think it'll be a big hit
I
here.
think it will.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's a comical spin on kidulthood and adulthood.
Yeah, I mean, it got a better reaction, that small trailer, than the whole of Sucker Punch did last night.
It really did, didn't it? I got the feeling people couldn't wait to get out of there when Sucker Punch finished. But yeah, I mean, going back to, what's it called?
Attack the Block.
Attack the Block. I would keep wanting to call it About the Block.
About the Block.
Don't know why. But yeah, it had such a good reception just from the trailer, and I think that's a good sign when you're looking at how good a movie's going to be. It got a few laughs in there with the trailer anyway, so definitely going to be one to keep an eye on. Now it's time for DVD Dust Off. Each week we'll be delving into our own DVD collection to dig out a DVD from the past, forgotten classic. This week it's Simondo's turn. So what's your forgotten classic, Simon?
I've chosen a film that came out in 1983. If it's wrong, I'm going to put a little title just like there. And it was a film about vampires called The Lost Boys.
Whoop, whoop.
Have you seen The Lost Boys?
I haven't, no.
Michael and Sam have just moved to Santa Carla, California. They're about to discover its secret.
Notice anything unusual about Santa Carla yet?
No. It's a pretty cool place. If you're a Martian.
Or a vampire.
So where are you? The flying nun?
I'm your brother, Sammy. Help me!
Stay back! Stay back!
What's happening to me, Star?
I've always wanted to see it,
It's
though.
such a great film. I mean, when I first saw this, I watched this about 20 million times. And it was the first film I saw where it had like a big sort of twist. That was not really that big now, but when I was little, it was a big twist. And basically it's about this family who move to Santa Carla, which is the murder capital of the world in the film.
Good
And
choice.
yeah, and one of the brothers, the older brother Michael, gets in with a bad crowd, a really bad crowd, who turn out to be vampires. And their brother Sam doesn't like this, so he gets together with these vampire hunters, who are these two young kids called the Frog Brothers, who run a comic book store. And it's hilarious, it's scary, and it's just made so well. It was directed by Joel Schumacher, who made the awful Batman film, but we can forgive him because he made this great Lost Boys film. And yes, I say great soundtrack. It's got Echo and the Bunnymen in the soundtrack. It's got an excess in the soundtrack, and it's just one of those films that I think is timeless. The effects have dated a little bit, but it's great just to watch a vampire movie that's still. It's very cool. It's kind of sexy as well. The vampires aren't these emo, horrible Twilight shite vampires. I want to get a million texts now from Twilight fans. You're going to be one of them.
Emo's gone.
Was emo gone?
Emo's so last summer.
Yeah, but it's still those vampires. Like, you know, it's all about love and all this forever. The vampires in this film are just kick ass, and it's it's a brilliant film. I'm going to lend you that film. You can watch it and you can let us know what you think next week.
I promise I will watch it and not leave it in the kitchen with Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Speaking of which, you need to get that back for me. So yeah, that was my DVD dust off, and that was the vanilla bullshit.
And I'll have a one of the vanilla bullshit things.
Thank you so much for watching today's show. We hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you come back to us next week when we shall be reviewing Source Code.
Yep. And also we'll be taking a look at the trailer for Hangover 2.
So until then, see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.